Within Megatong, we are working with different aspects of things. For instance, we have where we specialize is with beekeeping. It's not something that is of commercial for now, but for us, we take it as a hobby because ours is only to protect the species and also enjoy the byproducts that comes from it, which is your honey, propolis, and also your beeswax. This is another program that we are busy with at Megatong, which is beekeeping. This is not for commercial purposes, but it's only one for conservation purposes and also as a hobby to us as people who are concerned about the environment and nature. So here we have 2 boxes that we'll be looking at. One with bees that is functional and active, and the other one will be a hive with diseases in it, which is American foul brood. So I think this is highly important for you as viewers to understand. Should you want to tap into beekeeping as a person or as an individual, just to get an opportunity of harvesting raw honey from your own backyard in a way. So this is what we'll be looking at. And on my left-hand side, we have a live beehive that I'll just open it so that you're able to see how the bees look like and what they do during the day. So as you can see, these are some of the workers that are there. And it is very dangerous, of course, to inspect a beehive without proper protection. But for you to can see, they are friendly as long as you are not disturbing them during their intervals. And here we have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames that are full with bees and of course with honey that is kept. And they are still building up until they get to the 10th one, and then we could start to put up what we call a super box on top so that you're able to start. So I'll just close it before these guys get wild. So we allow them to cool off a little bit, and yeah, so that is what is happening within a hive. So what you'll need when you start, of course, it's a box, and you'll also need to make sure that you have a queen in it, because there are only 3 types of bees in there. It's 1 queen, drones, there should be 300 of them, and you also have what you call workers. So for workers, you need, for a strong hive, you'll need 40 to 50,000 of these guys. Then you've got a strong hive that it will be working for you so that you're able to harvest honey from it. And if you have a strong hive like this one, it fights off diseases itself without you having to assist it because it's strong. Then all the workers can start to sting. But if you are allergic from bee stings, I'll urge that you don't, by whatsoever means, you don't try to do this by yourself, because you only need 10 stings out of this when you are allergic, and you just die off because of that venom that they spread into your body. So that is the only basic fundamental of this. But when you start to go big, automatically then the industry will require some legislation into that, because you need to be registered with Department of Agriculture, Forest and Fisheries, and belong into other associations, of course. But for hobby purposes, you could start off with only one hive. Should you be interested in starting your own hive, there's what we call queen rearing. There are people out there, farmers, who are mainly dealing with production of queen bees only. So that's their own line of functional business. And from them you can harvest or buy queen bees from, or you can alternatively buy a hive that is full with queen bee and other bees like your workers and the drones, of course. But it's costly when you're doing it like that. So to bring fun into this, it's best when you start it off from the scratch. So what you do, you could go around scouting as to where are they, swarming from. Then you could start by collecting swarms from either trees or even under, they call them drainages. So they sometimes, likes to breed under those circumstances, because those places are not being, troubled by people and other things. So that's where you are able to get most of these from without paying any cent. And after you've prepared your own box, you can start coming and then set up in all your frames with some combs. And in no time, because automatically, if they still have high bees there, you leave your box next to that swarm for some days so that they're able to get used to the new home. Because you take the box away, then they'll flee away. So that's what they do, these guys, very, very sensitive. And of course, with workers, obviously, the queen will always be laying eggs for as long as drones are there, because the only job for drones is to fertilize the queen's eggs only. That's their only job. And the rest, the workers, these are the guys we normally see in the field, working, collecting pollen, bringing it here, and also protecting the colony, of course. And for them, their lifespan, this is biologically now, for their lifespan, during summer conditions like this, they only last for 30 days, and then they die naturally. And winter time, they last for 34 days during winter, and then they always die off. And with the queen, she'll continuously be laying eggs for a period of 4 to 5 years. If she's no longer vigorous in terms of laying eggs, the worker bees, what they'll do, they'll start to build their own queen. And before it starts to hatch, then they'll kill this lazy queen. And then the process and the entire cycle starts again. So with drones, what will happen is that they don't last long even. Every after 32 days, they just die natural death. That is in summertime. And in winter time, they last up until they take 34 days. Then they also die, of course. They say winter time because the weather is cool enough for them. Unlike here, now it's harsh. Though we've got foraging, then that's the reason behind that. So these guys, and the way they are so excellent with, they'll never build in a box when it's dirty. So before they could even start building combs and the likes, they'll clean it off. After cleaning it off, they'll then start to build. And then for one frame, they take 1 week, then it's full with honey, and they kept it with what we call beeswax. So that's what they do. And again, for each and every holes that is there, they seal it with what we call propolis, so that there are no longer debris or dirt that is coming in the hive. So that's how they make this. And what will happen is that these byproducts are some commercially sold because it's natural medicine to human beings, of course. As you can see, there are products that have been made from beeswax, propolis, and of course even honey that we also like and consume. So that is patterning your hive or studying a hive in your own backyard. But before you could stay, I can take a box, put it there, and bees will come. It will not happen like that. So those are processes that you need to be careful of. You need to make sure that bees are there. Other than that, then you don't have anything. So you'll be waiting, hoping that honey will be there, but nothing will occur actually. And for viewers, I think also what they need to do is to constantly keep on, visiting people with hives, researching, of course, as well as to what is it that because they need information, as in it's very important to them to can start with only one hive. So that is pertaining your bee box that is alive with bees. So just to run with the diseases, we have what you call diseases such as American foul brood, which is now attacking the hive, which is empty, of course. And even this one, they need to be taken good care of ASAP, because if your swarm is weak, these guys, they'll automatically, kill all of your bees. Here we'll be demonstrating on diseases of bees. So we've got what we call American foul brood. So maybe as you can see, these are some of the disease that we speak of, especially the American foul brood. So what happens with it, if the hive is not properly managed, and then these guys, they quickly invade that space and take advantage of it. So everything, as you can see, still eggs, some of them, and with worms, and they also eat up your wood. So what is recommended is that now and then you need to constantly be checking on your hives as part of proper management of this, because if it's not been well managed or properly managed, you are not going to harvest anything from it. So like any other business, it's got its own risks and disadvantages in a way. But the fundamental thing is proper management of this, and then you'll be free from this kind of diseases. So this is the only disease that is a nuisance to bee farmers out there. And you can't use sprays and the likes, because you'll be now disturbing even the biological way or the natural way of harvesting or maybe producing honey for yourself and your family. So that's that.